Get ready, Power Gamers. We're here bringing you the next installment of the Legends of Lyria. I'm DJ the DM.
I'm Emily, I play Wyndham.
I'm Lily, I play Lothario.
I'm Matt, I play Bojangles.
And I'm Taz, and I play Double T Tanya.
What happened last time was that the Earl of Arkham agreed to let you sail his ship, bringing aboard all of the refugees, all of the supplies that you can muster onto the ship, and leave this colony of coagulated ships in search of a port of safety. And you do get a crew that can man Maiden Alexandria quite well. You also train Lothario as you sort of talk to the myriad of people that are on this boat. I mentioned a sort of creature that was an amalgamation of eyes. This seems to be what they were talking about. Likewise, they had mentioned frost giants who would leave the northern wastes and go into a state of glacial hibernation where they would float seemingly as glaciers across the sea until they encountered some unsuspecting ship or made shore upon some unsuspecting island and lay waste to whatever was in their path. Likewise, there seems to be tales of this tendrilled leviathan that seems to be able to lure people away from even dry land. Sometimes, some people say they never come back. Some people say they saw them again, but only in the water with translucent skin.
I want to learn more from Dr. Montgomery.
He gifts you what he calls his healer's kit. You're now equipped to be a medical practitioner.
I am going to spend pretty much the entire month learning how people interact with each other outside of a druid sect. So I'm going to go find Double T, and then I'm going to be like, "Hi, beautiful, how are you today?" And then I'm like, "So, how about you and I get a drink, huh?"
And you are bulletproof. Yeah, you can drink as much of this as you'd like. And Double T, it turns out that matching her drink for drink is the last thing you remember. Our intrepid adventurers had arrived in the city of Arcani, a mountain town that is a pair of twin peaks paired with Arkham. Now, they did manage to return the noble Earl of Arkham. They did, in fact, get welcomed as dwarfkin, each of them getting a magical item, Wyndham getting a magical prosthetic arm, and so they were welcomed among the dwarves as one of their own. The morning comes. It's fine for all of you but Double T, who wakes up in a pig pit, covered in mud, and you hope it's just mud.
I am so happy.
You guys find that you have some strange new things on you. Weapons, to be sure, but also trinkets? Yeah, you're not sure exactly what the hell happened. But you guys regroup. Maybe Double T takes a shower. And, you know, Wyndham kind of fills you in on what happened. What do you tell them, Wyndham?
We had a really fun time last night, guys. I wave around my new metal arm. First off,
Whoa.
check this out.
Where did that come from?
So, the same place you guys got all your cool things from.
Beat Borg, Cyborg.
I like a Woodborg.
So, guys, last night, we were introduced to everybody as Dwarvenkin, and then we passed a rite and drank heavily with them, as you guys are all probably feeling the effects of, and then they decided to gift us with other things. And then we got these little medals here. It shows that we're dwarves.
When did I get these officer pistols? These are legit.
Last night, the dwarves made them for you.
No shit. You know what? It would have taken me years in the Legion to get a set of these. I'm talking years.
So each of your weapons, because they are magic, you now get to add a +1 to your attack and damage and overcome anything that has resistance to non-magical damage. You have breakfast, you start your day as best you can in this new strange place that you're in, and once you exit the tavern that you were staying in, If you do, you find that the city looks much different during the day, and a lot of the activity seems to be of dwarves going to a sort of bazaar, a marketplace. It's small, it's certainly not like anything you'd find in a city. But the Earl does not join you. He seems to have disappeared since last night.
I didn't like him anyways.
So what happens?
His
What do you guys
voice is
do?
kind of funny.
I want to take a look around the marketplace.
I'm just gonna row back to the ship real quick and set up some stuff for while we're gonna be on land.
Okay. All right, Wyndham, you spend your time looking around the bazaar. Bojangles, you sail back to the ship on a rowboat in order to set some things up. Wyndham, what are you looking for in the bazaar?
I'm not going there with any specific purpose. I'm going to window shop for a little bit and see what happens.
Okay, all right. You look around. You find that while all of the dwarves are heavily armored, and all of them have weapons, that's kind of a curious thing, because you would expect there to be a difference between civilians and, armed forces. But no, all of the dwarves seemed ready to battle, both the merchants and the customers. Though you notice they don't seem to be paying with coin that you're familiar with from observing the coalition of guild trade port that you used to live near. Instead, they seem to be trading with bits and scraps of different metals, which is curious. As you look around, you would have expected to find a lot of magic weapons, a lot of magic armors being sold, but there aren't. There seems to be mundane items, little daggers, wood sculptures, trinkets, knickknacks, things like that. There doesn't even seem to be any potions or anything, which is curious. The only thing that you can find that has any sort of magic value is in Sogrum's Emporium. Now, you recognize that name. That was the name of the forge master who had actually crafted your guys' magic items. He doesn't seem to have much out to display. A wizard spellbook would probably be the only thing that he has there. It seems that a lot of his stock has already been bought out and not replaced. There's a couple tomes, but that's really it.
As I look through the tomes, one starts to kind of pull me towards it. I need to grab that book. It's on one of the bookshelves, just kind of hidden away, and it's tattered and it's broken. It looks like it's been owned before, but I need to grab that book.
Yeah, you do. And Sogrum recognizes you from last night, the only one to seem to drink in pace with the dwarves and not even get a lick of drunk. He was so impressed, he's going to give it to you for free. Plus, he's fairly sure you don't have any money that they accept to pay him with.
That's true. I probably don't. I thank him for the book profusely.
He doesn't say anything, but he gives you this solemn nod, as if to say, you got it, but don't tell anyone.
Perfect.
As you pick it up, you realize it does seem to be a tome that is well worn, well used, and previously loved. It does carry a number of spells inside of it. It seems to be some sort of book of arcane magic. Neat.
Fancy.
Yeah. So, Bojangles, you're sailing back to the ship in the rowboat. You definitely make it there. What do you do? What are you setting up?
I just want to split the 20 people into groups of 5, and then they get 1 day of leave on land, then 3 days of work, and just keep them on the rotation like that while we're going to be here for a while.
Dang. Wow. You really are a thoughtful captain. You notice that the morale greatly improves. They were a little bit concerned about being stuck here in a foreign land on this boat and not being able to leave or stretch their legs. They're very excited, especially to be able to drink among dwarves, eat good food, and return to some sense of normalcy.
I'm going to let them know to keep up the ship. They can get as drunk as they want while on leave, but while on the ship, they need to be sober. I need to keep the ship up.
Smart. Yeah, they take
Also,
your words.
watch out for any problems.
Fair enough. Yeah, they take your word, and they can tell you mean business.
I'm also gonna set up a signal in the crow's nest, signal fire. So, and then let the dwarfs back in town know that if they set off that signal fire, that means they see enemies approaching from the bay.
Gotcha.
See everybody heads up.
Nice. Yeah, very wise choice to set up some sort of surveillance system, considering the fact that the next island over was supposedly besieged by a monster. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. You make your way back to the party. Double T, were you doing anything with this time other than,
Nursing a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just like trying to get back to normal.
Lothario, what are you doing with this time?
Well, we're here to get that treasure from that duke, so I'm gonna investigate and see if the dwarves have learned anything about the creature inhabiting the mainland.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me. I love how on it you are.
It's a 17.
Nice. All right. So, asking around, you realize something very fundamental about this society. The reason that everyone appears to be a warrior is because they are. Every single dwarf is trained in combat. In fact, it has to be that way. And the more you ask around, the more you realize most people are not exactly sure what happened to Arkham. Not many people survived, and they're sure not going to go over there to check it out. It seems like certain death. But you do realize that the reason they're all warriors is because as this tunnel descends, it seems to just keep going down and down. The dwarves are well-known miners, and eventually their tunnels break into something they refer to as the Underdark. This series of subterranean tunnels so deep that they exist beneath the surface of the water, or beneath the oceans themselves. Now, that's an interesting concept. And as you think more about it, it seems that there are monsters of some kind that they are constantly fighting with that emerge from this Underdark. That's why they're all trained to be warriors. It's a curious thought, the fact that there's tunnels underneath the ocean that seem to connect things. And you do find one individual, Sogrum, who seems to know a bit about what happened. As you ask him about the island of Arkham, he refers you to a book with a nod of his head. You pick it up and start flipping through it. As you do, you're not really sure what to look for, but you're looking through the pages, and then all of a sudden a fat dwarvish finger plops down and stops you. It seems to be on a very specific page that mentions something called a beholder. As you read in detail, it seems that this creature is a horrifying mistake and a twisted perversion of nature and arcane magic combined. It's this ball with teeth that floats and levitates in the air. It has 10, 12, maybe more stalks, these tendrils that come out from this ball of flesh and teeth. Each stalk at its end has an eye. It can see in all directions because of its many eyes, and each one of these eye stalks has a certain magical beam that it can shoot out of it. Some shoot death rays that kill people where they stand. Others can turn flesh to stone. Still others can disintegrate matter. It does sound like what you heard of, a being that with its very gaze could carve through stone, unfettered. And lastly, there is one giant eye in the middle. This eye has a very unique effect that whatever it's looking at is subject to anti-magic. A spell cast into this cone of vision from a beholder immediately evaporates and becomes nothing. Magic items in the sight of this beholder become mundane. Anything in the sight of this beholder becomes non-magical and is still subject to the many magical eye rays of this creature. Truly, an absolutely horrifying monster that you would be in no way capable of fighting. It makes sense to you how this singular creature sacked an entire city of dwarves.
How am I gonna get the money? I was playing nice with that noble because I don't have any money, and he said he was gonna pay us.
Yeah, good question. He did mention all of his money was in Arkham proper, and if it's been taken over by a beholder, well, the chances of you getting that are certainly slim to none.
How rude. I'm gonna go try and find him.
Well, it's at this point that you guys all meet back up together. It seems that the time that you've spent was about equal, and you run back into each other in the bazaar. You have a moment to talk before proceeding forward. What do you do? Or what do you say?
I immediately spill the beans about the beholder and how we're probably not going to get paid, and the Earl's words were just lies, just like every other nobleman that has lied in my life.
You're like, well, your news is a lot bigger than mine.
Well, what's that book?
I don't know. I found it and I got it, and then I don't know. I need to read it. It's got some spells in it, and I think I'm gonna try and learn them.
Ooh.
Okay. So you got lied to by a noble and schmoozed for a month. You picked up shitty book. Double T, what'd you do?
I'm nursing a headache.
That's the only person who's done anything productive today. There's no way we can kill this monster like we told him we were going to. Not with what we have. We got to be smart about this. Let's go find an elder or someone to talk to about getting a hold of some bigger weaponry so we can fight this monster.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check at advantage.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do it. Investigation at advantage. 16.
Nice.
So much better than the 4.
Die are with us.
Excellent. So you look around and you realize, I mean, you're not really sure where to find anyone in this city. It's kind of a rough thing. You're kind of new here. You realize maybe the person to talk to about heavy armaments might be Sogrum. So you make your way back over there to Sogrum's forge.
We came here to get rid of the monster infesting Arkham, and we would like any kind of help whatsoever. Do you have anything that could help us defeat this monster? Because our chances aren't looking too good right now.
He looks at all of you, and then, for the first time, he speaks. Right. There's next to no chance you'll be defeating the Beholder. There's next to nothing I can do for you neither. There's an element, arcanite, that we use to create magic items. Our mining operation was in Arkham, and now that it's fallen, well, look around my store. I've no more arcanite to make magic armaments with. Yours was the last. If you were inclined to, perhaps you could sneak through the Underdark, find your way to Arkham, and steal me some arcanite. Then I'd be able to make you whatever you like. The more you bring back, the more I can make. You want me to make you a cannon? I can do that. You want me to outfit your men? I could do that. You want me to make you something that can kill a beholder? Well, we'll have to see about that. But we haven't the men to spare, or we'd have done it ourselves. It takes every one of us to hold back the beasts from the Underdark. all manner of creatures try to make their way into our home. If you are beast slayers, if you are adventurers, bring back some Arcanite, and I can help you with what you need.
Like how much Arcanite?
As much as you can. I'll give you each a rucksack. That's how we carry it. And he holds out a couple burlap sacks.
Sure. How heavy is this stuff?
Well, it is fairly heavy, but if you were able to fill this sack up, then you'd be in business.
All right. Is it like dangerous to handle? Is it gonna explode if we drop it on something, or?
No, not likely.
So what does it look like?
Ah, yes, the Arcanite is a beautiful crystal that naturally grows in the caves of Arkham. It's a vibrant greenish blue, and you can feel the vibration of the magic in it. I'd expect you'd know it when you see it, although, since you're not dwarves, perhaps not. I can offer you this. And he takes out this sort of wrinkled piece of paper, and he hands it to you. As you start looking it over, you realize it seems to be a map of some kind. Closer inspection reveals it to be a map of some sort of great keep. This is the last map I have of Arkham from my time there. This should help you navigate the halls once you get there, avoiding whatever it is that lives inside the Beholder and its disgusting kin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And while you're there, feel free to pay yourselves out of the nobles' pockets.
Way ahead of you. Way ahead of you.
You see a smile across his face. Ah, well, I knew there was a reason we got along.
Yes, that is quite right.
And with that, he kind of motions that he's going to go back to the forge unless there's anything else you need.
Oh, one other question. What kind of creatures are in the underground?
The Underdark.
More than I could sum up in a single story. It would take a series of books in order to, I think, do it justice. But I can tell you this. Recently we've had to deal with goblins and hobgoblins, though they are far from our biggest threat. My guess is that the Beholder has recruited whatever the most devious things are down there, or killed them outright. You're likely to run into myconids as well. Mushroom people. You can feel about them how you like, but don't inhale their spores. And with that, he makes his way back to the forge.
Sounds like we're going to the Underdark.
Yeah, it sounds like the place to go and get some stuff.
Sounds like a party.
And get paid.
Yes, and get...
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So, with that, you start making your way to the area. I mean, it's one of the only areas in the city that seems to be of very high traffic. Everybody knows where it is, and of course, because so many people are going on their shifts to the Underdark, you can basically just follow the warriors. It's this beautiful looking structure that does open up to a very long descending staircase. You're able to follow it down, and once you go inside, well, it's kind of a different visual altogether. It's frightening to see the sun disappear like that. And as you start making your way down the long, winding staircase, it gets darker and darker until eventually it is pitch black. You notice that as you've made your way down there, the only thing that seems to provide any light at all once your eyes adjust are these very bright veins in the wall, this greenish viridian gemstone that seems to produce light all by itself. You're not exactly sure what it is, but you're very thankful it's there. As you eventually make your way all the way to the bottom of the descent, you find yourself in the entrance to the Underdark. It's a very surreal looking place as you emerge here on the steps of incredibly large caverns, as though they were made by some gigantic creature that you could not even fathom the size of. It seems down here there are torches lit, there are many dwarves abounding, and there seems to be a small mining operation going on. You don't see any of that elusive arcanite, but you do see lesser metals, gemstones, around. As you continue forward, you find yourself in the midst of a mining camp. This small mining operation, you're able to walk through it as best you can. You notice there are some dwarf miners around. There appears to be a foreman directing the flow of work. None of them stop you. They all see the symbols that you carry of your dwarven kin, and they let you pass without bothering you. You go through and make careful note of the passages that could be very disrupting or confusing to a mind that is so used to navigating off of sunlight or seeing the stars. It's a bit isolating. You continue making your way down, and eventually, once you make it past the last tracks of the mining vehicles, you find yourself here. It appears to be a sort of end of the line, where a line of dwarves seems to stand guard over these two bridges. You enter over here, of course, and you're able to make your way across the bridges to them. They indicate wholeheartedly that beyond them, beyond their bulwark, it's no man's land. So you go where you please, but they won't be there to protect you. Do you guys continue forward?
Yep.
Gotta get that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We gotta get paid.
I'm gonna be honest, I am extremely worried about going into the Underdark, but
Yeah.
That's fair.
you know what? At the same time, we have been just rolling monsters since we left our place, and we got too many people that depend on us now.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. We got these magical weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
feel like you
nice.
got
And
it.
my arm.
Yeah, and your
Yeah,
arm.
we got an arm. We have a
Yeah.
prosthetic arm we can't lose.
Heck yeah. All right, so you guys feel pretty sure of yourselves, and sure enough, you walk past them. The second you walk beyond them, you know you're no longer safe. You continue through the tunnels. The darkness increases, and you find yourself barely able to see. That glowing stone seems to have disappeared almost entirely, though you can see something off in the distance, a faint glowing green. As you make your way forward, eventually you come upon this scene. It's lit only by this strange series of glowing mushrooms that seem to align along the coast of some water that appears to be. As you look forward, you can see quite a lot of creatures. There appear to be a little armada of goblins, and also these strange-looking little mushroom cap people They're like actual mushrooms, but with arms, legs, and faces. It's a weird thing. But you have the drop on them. What do you guys do?
Oh, we about to fuck some people up.
Oh, God.
Where are we on the map?
Let me go ahead and get you situated here.
If we, I say we just attack them all. What do you guys think?
I say we attack.
Yeah, we just have to be careful with the mushroom people so we don't
Yeah, stay away from the mushrooms.
Yeah.
inhale whatever.
Okay. All
Or
right.
you can do mushrooms.
Go ahead and roll your guys' initiative.
Oh no.
I'm really good at this game.
You're so good.
Yes!
Oh no. What
Wyndham,
happened?
you know,
Oh wow.
you've had a good streak, Wyndham. You got a lot of natural 20s there. I guess it's
did.
time you get a natural 1. Ooh, boy. All right. So, initiative goes as the following. As you guys decide to attack, Bojangles, you have a moment where your ambush gate kicks in. What happens?
All right. Oh, this is about to pop off. I not only have my ambush gate attack, but now since I took the Gloomstalker, I get 2 attacks here.
Do it. Hell yeah.
So we're gonna attack that guy right there. Do we have advantage on these attacks since we're essentially ambushing them and they don't know we're here?
Yeah, why not? You guys are basically unseen attackers. Go for it.
Okay. So 23 and 18.
Oh my gosh, both of those hit.
So the first one is 10 damage. And the second one is 16 damage.
Dang, nice. Who do you want to attack?
This one.
All right. Well, your first shot is enough to kill it outright. You see this little goblin, you pop off a pistol shot, and you hear this as it fires off forward. It slams into the goblin. It falls over dead. Your next shot pops off. Who are you attacking?
Well, let's hit this guy.
All right. You slam it into this larger, much, much larger goblin. And you see the shot pierces through its chest and it drops to the ground. You would have thought it to be dead. But amazingly, it seems to be barely standing. It's as though something happened, some feature or something. It seems to have only 1 HP left, but it is still alive. Well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so
that was cool.
Yeah, well done. Now, with our initiative, we are looking at Double T Tanya. What do you do?
Okay. We're going to run up to this guy
Nice.
and we're going to hit him.
All right, go for it.
It's a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
12 damage.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you cleave that goblin down the middle. It is dead.
Awesome.
Excellent. All right, and let's see here. Oh, Bojangles, it's actually your turn again, since your dex is higher than Lefyriel's.
Since it's my first turn, I also get 2 attacks, and I get an attack with my bonus.
Do it. Let's see it.
Let's start throwing some shit out.
All right, so this one's not going to be an advantage, but Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't think I...
Yeah, all 3 of those hit. You got a 24, a 26, and a natural 20. God damn.
Shooting gallery.
Yeah, these magic weapons are incredible. Yeah, so who do you hit?
Yeah, we'll just do it like that.
Nice. All right. I'm not even going to have you roll damage on that.
My heart.
Well, you're welcome to.
I got to know. Let's see here. 9, 11 damage, and 20 damage total.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, well, you blast them all away. I mean, my God, you kill everyone that you hit. What's interesting about these pistols is it seems that as fast as you can put a rock or a bullet or something in there, they're ready to fire again. I mean, it seems that they have an Arcanite primer. So whatever you put in there, it can fire as fast as you can load it. All 3 of them are dead instantly. Well done. All right,
That's
Lyria.
awesome. I love these things. But pop off.
Lothario, what do you do?
I want to use my bardic inspiration with double Titania.
Awesome.
Okay, excellent. What do you say to inspire her?
You got this.
Yeah, and you
Get
feel
that
it.
money.
Get that money. You feel it. You know, you guys have been penniless this entire adventure, and you had the promise of money dangled in front of you. By God, you will get it. And you feel that well up within you, Double T. You're ready to go. Windham, it would be your turn, but you got a natural 1. Now, not to be outshone, you decide to charge in as well. As you make your way over there, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I got an 8.
Ooh, good. All right, you start charging over there. You feel the magic welling up in your new arm. As you raise it up, suddenly, something in the air starts to make you lightheaded. Something in the air starts to make you smile. Something in the air starts to make you forget what you were doing and make you want to stay for a while. You stop your charge immediately, and you look over to see these mushroom people. They look so different than they did before. It's like they're vibrantly dancing with colors, and they look at you with their little arms waving and their little smiles, and they just seem to be having such a good time. You can't help yourself but start walking over to them.
Crystal gems gave me inspiration.
Oh, nice! Oh my gosh. I'm glad you saw that because I did not. Wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
Excellent. Go for it. Okay, go ahead and roll again. Yeah, well deserved.
There we go, 19.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Crystal Gem 6. You just prevented
Thank
a whole
you.
lot of shenanigans. You see you start charging over there, and all of a sudden you start to smell something. Oh God, no, wait a minute. And you stop immediately, and you just run right back. You're like, nope. No, thank you. None of all of that, thank you. Luckily, the spores...
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they don't seem to affect you. But for that brief moment, you started to feel lightheaded. You started to feel euphoric. It was a very good feeling, but you brush it off instantly. Well done. All right, now this thing is going to take its action. It actually needs to make a Constitution saving throw as well. Oh my God.
Nat 1, baby. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Damn it! I can't believe the hobgoblin got messed up by the spores. Okay, with this bleeding hole in its chest, it Roxolaga. And all of a sudden, its face goes from an angry, contorted grimace facing you who had shot at it to looking at the Myconids, and you see this almost weird smile purse across its face. It starts walking over to the Myconids with a bleeding chest and everything. I say walking, more like crawling on all fours, with the grievous wound that it had suffered. And it just kind of sits down, motionless. It seems to be just looking at the Myconids, fascinated. Unbelievable. Okay. So, Double T, it's your turn. What happens?
All right, we are going to cast the spell Shatter right here.
Oh, Jesus. So you're going to hit the Myconids as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to probably go back to right here and then cast it right there.
That's a good call. All right.
Yeah.
So you make your way over there, and then you cast Shatter. Go ahead and roll your damage real quick.
Well, they need to make a Constitution saving throw of 14.
All right, you got it.
And then I'm going to just use my channel divinity of destructive wrath, so they take full damage. So they take
Oh my god.
the amount of 3d8, so they take 24 thunder damage.
Jesus Christ, you
Oh my
really
God.
are a child of the storm god.
I am a child of the storm god.
Wow, you extend your hand. Lightning pulses through the sigil in your armor. It courses through the metal, finally resonating at the tips of your fingers. Your eyes are nothing but lightning. As you expend your spell slot, there is a boom of thunder that ricochets across the cavern, being heard for God knows how long. You see everything that was in its path is vaporized. Even those delightful little myconids that did made the save, they certainly do not have that much HP. They explode in a cloud of spores, and the pieces of this hobgoblin, you could not put Humpty Dumpty back together again if you wanted to. He's gone.
Oh, good.
Only one myconid remains, and it just stands there with its little hands up, looking terrified. Well done, Power Gamer. You've safely made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging out with us, and a very special thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon founders, whose incredible generosity humbles us. Thank you to the legends, guild members, and all of the official Power Gamers whose love and support makes this channel possible. If you like what you saw, let us know by leaving a like, comment, subscription, donation, sharing the video with your friends. Check out all the links below, and we'll see you Saturday on Twitch for the next Legends of Lyria.